what's up, YouTube? It's YT Boy. Come up back at it again with another video. Another one on the job market, 2025. We know things have not changed. Under the new administration, it's still the same currently, right now. We know he just got in there, but we know he's making major changes that will affect the job market. We know that mass layoffs are taking place. A lot of companies are prepping for layoffs. At the same time, a lot of remote jobs are ending. They're no longer going to be remote. People have to return back to the office. With that said, a portion of those people are not going to want to return, and they will essentially take the severance. Some people believe that things are going to get better, but even if you do believe that, you know that things have to get worse before they get better, right? And right now, currently, people are still struggling to get a job. So let's talk about the right now. Let's live in the moment. We're going to break it down more as we get into the video. We're going to let people share their opinions and their experiences while they're searching for a job. It's not that good. Things are not going that well. Listen, if you're brand new to the channel, go ahead and smash the subscribe button if you want to see more of these videos. I need all of my family members and each and every single person watching to thumbs up this video so YouTube can push it out. Go ahead and give it a like and ring the post notification bell as well. Without further ado, let's get right into it, y'all. Let's go.
Well, if my face isn't a dead giveaway, the interview did not go well. I've never been rejected from a job so fast in an interview. I don't even think she really asked me any questions. She said, tell me a little bit about yourself, and then basically just told me I didn't have enough experience. I don't know why it's so hard to find a job. I'm not picky. I've applied to literally anything I can find. I've been applying for jobs since June of last year. And it has been absolutely soul-crushing. Getting rejected for 7 months in a row. My 4-year degree did nothing for me because I don't have enough experience. Where am I gonna get experience? I don't know, because no one will hire me to give me any experience. I could rant about this for days. If you like to pray, please pray for me.
She's been on the search for about 8 months now. You know, standard is like 6 to 12 months. Some people like a year and a half, 2 years even. So I can't even say a standard. I could just say there's a waiting list. It's a waiting game. A lot of people have been waiting longer than ever before to get a job. It used to be you lose one, you get one right away. So now we have to change our perception, and we have to see, like I was saying earlier, the writing on the wall. We have to see that things are not going back to how they used to be. So now we have to position ourselves to succeed, to be all right, to essentially just be able to survive. By doing that, we have to think now. If jobs are no longer granting us security, then what should we do? We have to take away the dependence on others and take back that power. We got to take back the power ourselves and employ ourselves, whether that be through starting our own businesses, by being investors and investing into the things that will go up this year, the things that will go up in value, gold, silver, precious metals, cryptocurrency, you know, the e-learning industry. That's a growing industry. Things of that sort. It's that time, y'all. We can't keep complaining. Complaining ain't getting us nowhere. We can't keep following the old system because that system clearly failed us, and it clearly hasn't gotten anybody nowhere. The people that followed that system are losing everything that the system provided them. It's crazy that people don't see that. And if you do see it, you don't want to be one of the people that lose. Time to make those changes.
I am absolutely done with this job market because I just had an interview where the person was like, yeah, we found the person yesterday that we actually want to hire, but we still want to talk to you. And then proceeds to not ask me any questions. That just says, we'll let you know if the other person doesn't work out. Like, how is that professional in any way? I learned that if something like this happens again, I'm going to push back more because that's ridiculous. Just wasted my time for 2 days to do this. And this is after multiple reschedules and also being late today to the interview. So I don't even think I want to work for this company anyways.
As part 2 of me complaining about the job market, I just applied to a listed full-time job and got an acceptance for an interview, showed up to the interview. They basically told me that my application was like not listed, so I had to reapply, but they still had my name for the interview. Really weird. Huge company, by the way. Huge. Like, think of it like one of the biggest companies you can think of, right? I literally have a bachelor's degree. I have like 10 years of work experience on my resume. And when it came to asking the interviewer questions in return, I said, hey, what can I expect of the hours of this job? As it's listed full-time, 15 to 20 hours. I'm sorry, is that full-time? Sorry, I guess I just missed the memo that 15 to 20 hours a week is enough to pay all of your bills and take care of yourself.
JOB stands for just over broke. I'm going to say that again. Don't let that go over your head. JOB, working a job, a JOB, that'll keep you just over broke. It's not for you to live a lavish lifestyle. It's not for you to live a lifestyle of abundance. It's not for you to live a lifestyle that you'll be able to produce a generation that is prosperous. No. Don't get it wrong. We're going to keep you just at that borderline, right above poverty. Right above that poverty line, we're going to keep you right there. We're not going to let you go no further than that. Listen, if you have a job right now, use your earned income to create other streams of income. That way you can make money while you sleep. That way you can earn dividends, garner up passive income for yourself and your family. That way if something happened to you, your family's still straight. We got to start hustling for our last name, not just our first name. Make sure we're putting the family on, not just ourselves. That way, if something happened to us, if and when something does happen to us, our families are still good. So if your parents didn't do it, it's time for you to do it. I tell you all the time, in economic downturns, which we're in right now, is where a lot of first-time millionaires are created. There are a lot of problems going on in the world right now that you can solve. If you can solve a problem, you can become financially stable. You can become rich, to be real. That's one thing you'll learn in the e-commerce space. If you can create a product or service around a problem, then you can become successful. So that should be everybody's focus right now. Take heed the game.
I have absolutely no idea how people that don't have a network find jobs nowadays. I've applied for jobs online before, like when I was working during the summer and things like that, and it's next to impossible to find a job online. Yesterday I went to a car show to say hi to a couple of my friends and also say hi to a couple clients. And while I was there, I saw one of my clients and we started talking and he started asking me like, hey, are you graduated college yet? You know, what's your plan? Blah, blah, blah. And he says, look, before you make any decisions, I want to have a conversation with you. I want to hire you. I've been looking at you for the past 3 years ever since we met each other. And, you know, I think you'd be a great part of our team. And the best part is he told me I can literally do whatever I want in terms of a job. And so that goes to show it's like if you have a network, you'll be fine. But if you don't have a network, there's no chance that you're able to really get a job unless your credentials are through the freaking roof. And even still, there's an AI bot that'll go and check your resume and you could just get denied before you even have the opportunity. We'll see what ends up happening for me.
You're coming out of college at 2025 with a degree, and you want to find a job, right? But these companies want a 2-year work experience. Like, how ridiculous is that? You know, the fact that people already go into college for 2 to 4 years to get a degree to, you know, give to a company. But then how the hell are you supposed to get work experience when you're getting your degree? And then when you're out of college, how are you going to get a work experience if they're not going to hire you to begin with? It doesn't make any sense, and it's completely unfair to the youth of America right now that are trying to find, you know, IT jobs, any type of computer jobs in general. They want a 1-year work experience. Well, how the hell am I going to get any experience if nobody else is going to freaking hire me?
I feel like I'm being gaslit by America. America is telling me that there's so many jobs abundant, and I've been applying for 2 years. I graduated 2 years ago with a degree in marketing, and I have not been able to find a job. Where are they? Like, if you have a job right now, how'd you get it? And was it like nepotism? Like, were you handed the job? Like, I have no idea how people are getting jobs. Honest to God, I get ghosted by companies left and right. They say that the dating world right now is crazy with like ghosting. Hell no. Have you tried finding a job in 2025? You get ghosted left and right. I did a 2-part interview with a company that ended up ghosting me. I followed up with them 3 separate times to hear nothing back. No, like, hey, you could have worked on this, or like, no, you didn't get the job. Nothing. And like, I was I was like very confident I got the job, but yeah. So, lesson learned, if you have a job right now, do not leave it. If you just graduated, good luck, unless like, you know, someone. I've even gone the referral process, so I don't really know actually. yeah, I'm looking for any advice. Like, if you're able to find a job right now, like, kudos to you, but help a girl out. Because I don't want to do dog walking and dog sitting forever. Thank you.
Yes, if you have a job right now, don't leave it if that's your only stream of income. But know that you are not irreplaceable. Don't forget that you could lose that job at any moment. So once again, make sure you're diversifying. Make sure you're taking a portion of each check and investing. It don't matter how little you have. I'm not here for no excuses. Well, how can you invest in this economy? It's called living frugal. It's called living below your means. It's called not eating out so much. It's called living very, very, very basic. Living very, very tedious to your budget. Being very, very strict on your budget and not spending more than your budget entails. That way you do have money to invest. That same money that you were spending on coffee, on shoes, on eating out or going out, that now becomes your investment fund. That become your bankroll that you can invest. And then you buy your wants with your FU money or the money that you get back in return. That's how you play it. And you eliminate each bill one at a time with your streams of income or your high in demand skill or your investment. That's how you do it. That's the only way you're going to get ahead in this economy. Then from there forward, you should be able to replace your 9 to 5. So getting out of that 9 to 5.
Hey guys, so I wanted to come on here and get something off of my chest. So I don't know if it's just me, but the job market right now is garbage. And it's crazy because everybody has been talking about how no one wants to work and, you know, no one's applying. But truth be told, everybody is out here applying for something, okay? Most of us are out here trying to find work. But the problem is that a lot of these companies, they expect too much. They expect too much. And that's why I'm kind of glad that I'm seeing people talk about, you know, quiet quitting or working their wage, because it's honestly just ridiculous. Like, a lot of these companies, they want you to have 10 years worth of experience going into an entry-level job. And it's like, did we forget what entry-level means? Entry-level means you're entering the workforce. And it honestly just feels like even the value of a degree just isn't there anymore. It feels like, you know, the degree is just like one itty-bitty checkbox, you know, when it comes to applying for these jobs. But it's really the experience that these companies want now. The degree doesn't even matter. Like, a degree matters, but a lot of the times they don't even care what kind of degree you have. It's like, as long as you have a bachelor's degree and then you also, you know, have all the other skills that you're looking for, then that's all that matters. But the problem is that you don't really pick up on all those skills necessarily when you're a full-time college student. A lot of the classes that you take, they don't really prepare you for that. For instance, for me, I majored in marketing, right? When I apply for marketing jobs, a lot of the marketing jobs that I apply to, they want you to have skills in certain programming or in just certain skills in general. So like, a lot of them will require that you know how to use Adobe Creative Suite, not just Photoshop. They want you to know how to use the entire suite. They want you to know how to use Hootsuite. They want you to know how to use HubSpot. There's a lot of different programs that are requirements that you know how to do going into the workforce. And I can honestly say that when I was in college, there were no courses that taught you how to do that. And so when you're applying to these jobs, it also takes a lot of extra work that you have to do outside of your regular coursework, whether it's taking classes to get your certifications or applying to internships. And I really wish I knew this, you know, way in advance. Like, I wish that I knew the value of, you know, having internships and getting these certifications way earlier in my college career, because now I feel like I'm behind and I'm playing catch up. But also too, it also feels like just getting your degree isn't enough anymore, and it really, really sucks. But yeah, a lot of these entry level jobs, like, they want you to have all of this, you know, professional experience coming into it. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they don't want to train people either. They just want you to know what you're doing so you can just, you know, start immediately. But then also too, they're not even offering good salaries like that anymore. The price of everything is increasing. Inflation is insane, and the cost of living is just, you know, it's rising and rising and rising. but the salaries aren't. And so it's like, what do you do? But yeah, I don't know if I'm the only one that feels like the job market is just very unfair for people that are looking for entry-level jobs or just fresh college students. It honestly feels like, you know, the job market right now just isn't really fair, and it just feels like it's not being very accepting of those who are actually looking to start their careers. It's like they pretty much want you to start your career while you're in college, and that's a lot to deal with. That's a lot to balance. You would think that when you're in college you just need to focus on college, but it seems like in order to play the job market and to get ahead, you have to do, you know, those extra steps. So, you know, to anybody that's in college right now, even if you're just a sophomore or a freshman in college, start looking at internships, start looking at some certain certifications that you can get within your field, because it's really going to make a difference when you start to look for full-time jobs.
A lot of you is still underestimating just how brutal the 2025 job market is. I've been in recruiting for coming up to a decade, and I've literally never seen job seekers struggle as much as they are right now. In fact, the whole time I've been in recruiting, it's usually been a candidate market, meaning companies have had a real problem trying to attract the right people. Now, unless you're in an industry like hospitality, maybe construction or manufacturing or healthcare, when it comes to corporate jobs, companies are just not hiring as much. And at the same time, we have seen a ton of layoffs, meaning it's really, really competitive. I'm talking to hundreds of candidates, and this is what they're going through. They have to apply to hundreds, if not thousands of jobs, and they're gonna hear back from about 1 to 3% of companies. 97% of companies don't even get back to them. It's like literally applying into a black hole. Then once they get interview callbacks, they're having to go through really, really long interview processes. I just heard about one this morning where someone has to go through 7 rounds of interviews. We're also seeing that the process is just taking longer, 2 to 3 months. Gone are the days in 2021 where companies would interview people for a week and then make an offer. Right now, they will put you through a grueling couple of months interview process that includes assessments, take-home work, and sometimes panel interviews. And then if you do get an offer, don't expect what you discussed in the first call with the recruiter. Right now, companies are giving lowball offers because they know if you want to accept it, someone else will.
For the people who actually have been working for a while, at what salary point did you get out of survival mode? Like, which salary, when you hit it, you was like, you know what, I could buy that Chanel purse and put some money aside for the next 2 paychecks. Because I feel like my generation, we are disrespectfully getting paid less than what we should. I'm not saying that because we're entitled and we should be making da-da-da-da. But life is too expensive for these corporations to be playing in our faces. Me personally, that's what I think. So when is the collective getting happy? Not surviving. So I at least can have something to work towards.
Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. So if this didn't work for our parents, this same blueprint didn't work for our parents' parents, which would be our grandparents. It didn't work for our great-grandparents. We like 4 generations post-slavery, and we still following a system that's destined to fail. Our generations are backtracking. We're not progressing. We have to correct our wrongs. A lot of mistakes were made in the past, and right now is the time to correct them. Listen, it's YT. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you for watching.